Hello students, now we are going to discuss about some important topics from the lesson Atomic and Nuclear Physics. Let us discuss about J.J. Thomson experiment and specific charge of an electron. What is meant by specific charge of an electron? The charge per unit mass of an electron is called specific charge. The charge per unit mass of an electron is called specific charge, which is represented by E by m. What is the principle behind the J.J. Thomson experiment? Cathode rays such that the electron beam deflects by both electric and magnetic fields is the principle involved in this method. Cathode rays such that the electron beam deflects by both electric and magnetic fields is the principle involved in this method. Next, we are going to discuss about the experimental setup of J.J. Thomson experiment. It is a highly evacuated discharge tube. Cathode rays such that the electron beam produced at cathode capital C are attracted towards anode disc capital A, which allow only a narrow beam of cathode rays. These cathode rays are now allowed to pass through the parallel plates and strike the screen coated with zinc sulfide. A light spot is observed at point O. The metal plates are maintained at high voltage. Further, this gas discharge tube is kept in between pole pieces of magnet such that both electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other. First, let us derive the expression for the velocity of cathode ray particle. The upward force acting on the cathode ray due to the electric field capital E can be written as Fe is equal to small e into capital E. Here small e represents the charge of the cathode ray particle. The downward force acting on the cathode ray due to the magnetic field can be written as Fb is equal to small e into capital B into small v. Here capital B represents the magnetic field and small v represents the velocity of the cathode ray. Under the equilibrium condition, we can relate the force due to the electric field equal to the force due to the magnetic field. So that the equation becomes small e into capital E is equal to small e into capital B into small v. After simplifying this equation, we will get the expression for velocity as V is equal to capital E divided by capital B, which represents that the velocity of the cathode ray is nothing but the ratio of the electric field to the magnetic field. Here, three different methods are given to determine the specific charge of the electron. First, let us determine the specific charge of the electron with the help of its kinetic energy. Let us imagine capital V be the potential difference between the anode and cathode. Since the cathode rays such that the electron beam are accelerated from the cathode to anode, the potential energy electron volt of the electron beam at the cathode is converted into kinetic energy of the electron beam at the anode. Hence, we can relate these two energies as electron volt is equal to half m small v squared, where E by m becomes half into small v squared by capital V, which is equal to half into capital E squared divided by V into B squared. Here, small v in the numerator is replaced by capital E by B. The value of the specific charge can be determined as E by m is equal to 1.7 into 10 power 11 coulomb kilogram power minus 1. Method 2. Deflection due to electric field. Let us imagine the cathode ray is deflected by the electric field. In that case, what will be the specific charge of the electron? Let us discuss about that. When the magnetic field is turned off such that B is equal to 0, the deflection is only due to the electric field. Let m be the mass of the electron. The upward acceleration due to the electric field capital E can be written as AE is equal to Fe by m, which is equal to small e into capital E divided by m. Here small e represents the charge of the electron and capital E represents the electric field and m represents the mass of the electron. Upward initial velocity is taken as 0. which means that u is considered as 0. U is what? Upward initial velocity. Let small l be the length of the deflecting plate. Then the time taken to travel in the electric field can be written as T is equal to L by V. This relation is arised from the relation of velocity. Velocity is equal to what? Distance traveled by the cathode ray divided by time. Then time is equal to what? Length divided by velocity. Look at the picture. From the picture, we can write the equation of motion for the cathode ray due to the deflection at the end of the electric field as y dash is equal to ut plus half at squared. Here, a is replaced as ae and u is taken as what? 0. So that the equation becomes 0 plus half aet square. Here, AE is replaced by small e into capital E divided by m and T is replaced by L by V. So that the equation becomes y dash is equal to half small e into capital E divided by m into L by V the whole squared, which is equal to half into E divided by m into L squared by V squared, where here small v in the denominator is replaced by e by b, so that the equation becomes y dash is equal to half into small e into capital E divided by m into L squared into b squared divided by e squared. Hence the equation can be written as y dash is equal to half into e by m into L squared b squared divided by capital E. This is equation number 2. Then the deflection on the screen can be written as y is directly proportional to y dash, where y is equal to what? C into y dash. Here C is nothing but the proportionality constant. We can write the equation 2 as y is equal to C into half into E by m into L squared b squared divided by E, where E by m becomes 2ye divided by c into L squared b squared. This is equation number 3. After simplifying this equation by applying all the constant values, we will get the value for E by m as 1.7 into 10 power 11 coulomb kilogram power minus 1. Method 3. Deflection due to the magnetic field. When the electric field is turned off such that E is equal to 0, the deflection is only due to the magnetic field. In that case, the magnetic force provides the centripetal force. The electron beam undergoes semicircular path. We have studied that when the charge undergoes for semicircular path, it will experience a force. That force is known as magnetic Lorentz force. Magnetic Lorentz force is nothing but B into E into V. Here we are discussing about the electron beam. Here E indicates the charge of the electron, so that the magnetic Lorentz force experienced by the electron beam can be written as B into E into V. Since the electron beam experiences a spiral path, it will also experience a centripetal force, so that we can equate the Lorentz force with the centripetal force. We can write the relation as E into B into V is equal to mv squared by r. Here BeV in the left hand side indicates magnetic Lorentz force and mv squared by r in the right hand side denotes centripetal force. After simplifying this equation, we will get EB is equal to mv by r, where EB is equal to m into E by B divided by r. Here V is replaced by E by B, which will become m into capital E divided by B into r, where E by m is equal to capital E divided by capital B squared into r. This is equation number 4. With help of this equation, we can determine the specific charge of an electron when it undergoes the deflection under magnetic field. Hence, we can say that the specific charge is independent of gas used, the nature of the electrode. Thank you, students.